Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To the Honorable Miss Dia Supraba as the lecturer of the error analysis course. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Siti Wulandari and I want to present my analysis result. So let's get started. There is already a list of content. The first is identification of errors. The second is classifying of errors. The third is explaining of errors. The fourth is evaluation of errors. And the last is preventing of errors. Okay, next, this is the identification of errors. Nah, di sini ada kata suffering. The mispronounced as suffering should be suffering, not suffering. And then the now mispronounced as no should be now. And then the on mispronounced as own should be own. And then the burn mispronounced as burn should be burn. And then the exhale mispronounced as exhale should be exhale. And then the anxiety mispronounced as anxiety should be anxiety. And then the future mispronounced as future should be future. Okay, next, the grammar errors. The incorrect use of suffering at the end, creating awkward parsing, and then missing punctuation as an awkward parsing, like I woke up late, I eat instant noodle maybe twice a week, and I stay up late until midnight. Actually, I can stay up until midnight for now. I have my own research. And then the last is verb tense inconsistency, like if I have no reason to will stay up late. Okay, next, this is the word choice errors. The first is instant noodle instead of instant noodles. The second is gymnastic instead of gymnastics. The third is solid is also like an exercise movement. The first exercise movement is not a natural or common collocation in English. A more appropriate choice would be cycle exercise or exercise routine. And then the last is reducing anxiety and pain. While understandable, this pairs lacks precision, adding specificity such as managing anxiety and cycle discomfort would improve clarity and appropriateness. And then the classifying of errors. The pronunciation errors. The first is suffering. The student pronounced this as suffering, while the correct pronunciation is suffering with stress on the first syllable. The mispronunciation arises from overgeneralization of unstressed syllable. And then the now pronounced as no, which lacks the diphthongs o. The correct pronunciation is now. And then the on mispronounced as own. The correct pronunciation is own, where the diphthong o should be emphasized. And then the burn articulated as burn, but not clear or properly stressed. The correct form is burn, not burn. And then the exhale pronounced as exhale with an incorrect initial sound and stress. The correct form is exhale, where the second syllable carries the stress. And then the anxiety mispronounced as anxiety. The correct pronunciation is anxiety with proper nasalization of and stress on the second syllable. And then the future, the student pronounced this as future, which is incorrect. The correct pronunciation is future, future, requiring a glide to and correct stress placement. Okay, next, this is the grammatical error. The first direction quotation is I woke up late, I eat instant noodle maybe twice a week. This sentence combines two ideas without proper punctuation. Additionally, eat is in the present tense, which does not match the past action of waking up. The correct version is I woke up late, I ate instant noodles maybe twice a week. Here, punctuation is used to spread ideas and it match the past tense context. And the second is, if I have no reason to will stay up late. This sentence is missing a subject after to and misuses the modal verb will. So the correct version is, If I have no reason, I will stay up late. A proper subject is added and will is correctly placed after the subject. And the third is, I think for people who don't like sport like me, you can do stretching things, gymnastic. This sentence is poorly structured and gymnastic is used incorrectly, incorrectly. So the corrected version is, I think for people who don't like sport like me, stretching, exercise, or gymnastics are good options. So the word gymnastic is replaced with the proper noun gymnastics and the sentence structure is improved. And then it doesn't mean I don't eat some fruit or some vegetables. The repeat use of some is redundant. The correct version is it doesn't mean I don't eat fruit or vegetables. Removing redundancy makes the sentence clear and fruit is pluralized for variety. And then the last, Solat is also like an exercise movement. It helps those of us who probably or don't like exercise to do exercise too. This is a run-on sentence with excessive repetition of exercise. The correct version is Solat is like on exercise movement. It helps those who don't enjoy regular exercise to stay active. The sentence is broken into two for clarity and the repetition of exercise is avoided. Okay, next the word choice error. The first direct quotation is I woke up late. I eat instant noodle maybe twice a week. The use of instant noodle is incorrect because it is typically pluralized in English. The corrected version is I woke up late. I eat instant noodles maybe twice a week. So the plural noodles align with a standard usage. And then the second is maybe if you like dance, you can, it's possible. The pairs like then you can it's possible is unclear and awkward. The correct version is if you like dancing, it's possible to incorporate it into your routine. So the gerund dancing is used for clarity and the parsing is streamlined. And next is to adopt a healthy lifestyle. I drink juice every day. The juice is to veggie and should be specific. So the correct version is to adopt a healthy lifestyle. I drink fresh fruit juice every day. So the adding fresh fruit provides specificity. And then the gymnastic and maybe if you like dance, you can. The use gymnastic is incorrect. It should be gymnastics. The correct version is gymnastics and dancing are great option. The gymnastics is the proper noun and the sentence is clarified. And the last is reducing anxiety and pain. While not entirely incorrect, the first could be more comprehensive. The improved version is reducing stress, anxiety, and cycle discomfort. This adds more context and covers a broader range of effects. And next, this is the explaining of error. Many of the errors observed in the student's work are the result of interference from the student's first language or L1. For instance, pronunciation issues like exhale for exhale stem from the influence of L1 phonetic rules, which might not distinguish between aspirate and unaspirate sounds or contain certain diphthongs. For the example, X in exhale. And then the structural errors such as instant noodle instead of instant noodles reflect direct translation from L1 grammar, which may not mark nouns for plurality in the same way as English. And the second is overgeneralization. The first is gymnastic instead of gymnastics. The student overgeneralized the rule that singular forms are used for nouns, not recognizing that gymnastics is always plural. The next is mispronounce the future as future. The overgeneralization of phonetic spelling causes the error as the student assume the letters Q are pronounced exactly as they appear. Okay, next. The third is performance errors. I woke up late, I eat instant noodle maybe twice a week. The lack of punctuation and tense inconsistency could reflect a ruse or distract attempt to communicate rather than systematic misunderstanding. And then the markers of transitional competence. The first is maybe if you like dance, you can. It's possible. The fragmented structure reflects an intermediate stage of learning where the student is experimenting with sentence formation but has not yet mastered natural word order or cohesion. And then next, for now, maybe not. The student is using basic structure to express meaning, but they are still rudimentary compared to a fluent speaker's expression. Next, the five is strategy of communication and assimilation. Reducing anxiety and pain. While this verse communicates the idea, it lacks precision and sophistication. The student's strategy involves using words they know but without expanding on them effectively. Okay, next is strategy of communication and assimilation, reducing anxiety and pain. While this first communicates the idea, it lacks precision and sophistication. The student's strategy involves using words they know but without expanding of them effectively. And next is overgeneralization. It's possible that errors like the repeat redundancy and it doesn't mean I don't eat some fruit or some vegetables. Reflect habits from through instructional materials or feedback that did not emphasize consistency or alternative to redundant parsing. Next, this is the cause of errors. The first is overgeneralization, misusing gymnastic instead of gymnastics, overgeneralization of singular noun forms. And then the future pronounced as future, the student generalized phonetic rules without considering actions. And then the incomplete application of rules. I woke up late, I eat instant noodle maybe twice a week. The student fails to complete the application of tense rules using it instead of ate, while correctly stating woke up. And then for now, maybe not. The structure is incomplete as a full sentence or explanation is not provided. So the next slide is false concept hypothesize. The exhale as exhale, the student might falsely hypothesize that English vowels are pronounced similarly to thus in her L1. And the second is solid is also like an exercise movement. The term exercise movement reflects an attempt to use literal translation without fully understanding the appropriate term in English. And then the ignorance of rule, restrictions. The first is I drink juice every day, while the technically correct, the lack of specificity, fruit juice or fresh juice show ignorance of collocation restrictions. And then if I have no reason to will stay up late, the student ignores the rule requiring modal verbs to follow a subject. Okay, this is the evaluation of errors. According to Gas et al. At 2020, error analysis help teachers design effective teaching strategies. Errors are valuable learning materials, and their seriousness determines whether they need immediate feedback or can be addressed later. Pronunciation errors like now or future are serious because they affect understanding and require immediate correction. Grammatical errors such as tense inconsistency in I woke up late, I ate instant noodle, and sentence structure issues like run-on sentence also need quick feedback because they make communication unclear. Less serious errors such as word choice, instant noodle instead of instant noodles, or performance mistake caused by fatigue can be corrected over time. These errors are still usable for teaching but don't need immediate attention. So, in short, following this et al., teachers should focus on errors that disrupt communication first while using minor errors for ongoing improvement. This ensures target and effective teaching. Okay, next is the preventing of errors. The first is immediate feedback, and then focus practice, and the third is error awareness. The fourth is repetition and reinforcement, and the last is contextualized learning. Next. Okay, thanks for your attention. I'm sorry if I have any mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.